Hello students, as you all are aware that we are reading a very suspenseful thrilling drama, Bipin Chaudhary, from our book Honeydew, and it's going on from last two sessions, and today we are going to read its third part. So it's a story about Bipin Chaudhary, Lapse of Memory. Bipin Chaudhary,
Lapse of Memory. This is the story of a man who became a victim of his friend's prank. Bipin Chaudhary had been working for the last 25 years in a reputed company in Calcutta. He had no family and did not like socializing. He was very fond of reading books. After work every Monday, he would visit a particular bookstore to buy books for the week. One Monday, while he was borrowing the books in the store, a stranger introduced himself as Parimal Ghosh. He told Bipin they had met in Ranchi in October 1958. He recounted arranging for a car to take Bipin to Hudru Falls. He also recollected getting iodine for Bipin's injured knee when he had a fall. The stranger reminded Bipin that his friend Dinesh Mukherjee was also in Ranchi around the same time. He recounted Bipin, telling him about his late wife and insane brother. Bipin told the stranger he had never been to Ranchi in his life. Bipin told the man he did not recognize him at all. Bipin, however, realized that the stranger knew quite a few personal details about him. Back in his car, Bipin rolled up his pants to find a scar on his knee, indicative of a past injury. Bipin almost thought he was losing his mind. He felt even worse when his friend Dinesh Mukherjee confirmed that they had visited Ranchi in October 1958. Bipin felt terribly upset, wondering how he could forget only one incident but remember everything else. As he lay down to rest, Bipin's schoolmate Chunilal dropped by for a visit. Chunilal wanted Bipin to help him find a job, so he kept coming to Bipin again and again. Bipin had told Chunilal many times that he was unable to help him. However, Bipin decided to meet Chunilal and ask him whether he remembered anything about Bipin's visit to Ranchi. Chunilal was amazed to find that Bipin could not remember having visited Ranchi in October 1958. Feeling extremely worried, Bipin called for a doctor who advised him to visit Ranchi. Bipin went to Ranchi and to Hudru Falls. But he did not find any of it familiar. This made him feel worse and he fainted. When he regained consciousness, Bipin was convinced he would lose his willpower, desire to work, and his sanity. When he returned to Calcutta, he received a letter. It was from Chunilal. Chunilal had written that the prank was his way of getting back at Bipin because wealth and power had changed him.
this and today we are going to start our third part of this chapter. So let's start reading first of all, then we'll find out later at the end that we will get to know today that what is wrong, why he was not able to recall any memory related to the trip to Ranchi. So let's take a quick recap first of all. That Bipin Chaudhary, he met a person named Parimal Ghosh at the shop of Kali Charan's. Bipin Chaudhary was fond of reading books, so that is why he was there at Kali Charan's shop. He was purchasing books from Kali Charan shop, and it was the day of Monday. Parimal Ghosh, he out of the blue, he appeared on that Kali Charan shop and he started talking to the Bipin Chaudhary, and he at that moment he was describing all the scene, all the moments about the Ranchi trip. He was saying to the Bipin Chaudhary that you went to Ranchi in the year of 58, and I was also there. I met you there, and we have a lot of memories related to Ranchi trip. But Bipin Chaudhary, on the contrary, he was not able to remind any trip related to Ranchi. He had never been to Ranchi ever. So Parimal Ghosh, he gave so many incidents. He described so many things about the Ranchi trip, and even he was aware about Bipin Chaudhary's wife, that she died 10 years before, and he also described so many personal incidents those were related to the Bipin Chaudhary. So he went at his house, Bipin Chaudhary, and he called to Dinesh Mukherjee, because Parimal Ghosh had also mentioned this incident that you stayed at Dinesh Mukherjee's house. So he went straight to his house and he called to Dinesh Mukherjee to find out, to make himself confirm that if he really went to Ranchi trip, so, or that Parimal Ghosh was just befooling him. So he called to Dinesh Mukherjee, and Dinesh Mukherjee also gave his confirmation regarding the trip that you were also there. You went to Ranchi at the year of 58. So Bipin Chaudhary was so disturbed. He was mentally in a trauma. The situation was so horrified for him, making him so horrified, so fearsome, because he was not able to recall, he was not able to throw back his memory, and not able to find out any moment, any scene. Nothing was there in his mind regarding that trip. So he was not able to sleep, and he was in a very big tension. So first of all, let's start reading, then we will finally discuss. We have to start the reading, our today's reading from the page number 65, third part. After lunchtime, Bipin Babu realized that he couldn't possibly carry on sitting at his desk and working. This had never happened in the 25 years he had been with the firm. He had a reputation for being a tireless, conscientious worker, but today his head was in a whirl. Back home at 2:30, Bipin Babu lay down in bed and tried to gather his wits together. He knew that it was possible to lose one's memory through an injury in the head, but he didn't know of a single instance of someone's remembering everything except one particular incident, and a fairly recent and significant one at that. He had always wanted to go to Ranchi, to have gone there, done things, and not to remember was something utterly impossible. At 7:30, Bipin Babu's servant came and announced, "Chunni Babu, sir, says it's very important." Bipin Babu knew what Chunni had come for. Chunni Lal had been at school with him. He had been having a rough time lately and had been coming to see him about a job. Bipin Babu knew it was not possible to do anything for him, and in fact told him so, but Chunni kept turning up like a bad penny. Bipin Babu sent word that not only was it not possible for him to see Chunni now, but not in several weeks. But as soon as the servant stepped out of the room, it struck Bipin Babu that Chunni might remember something about the 58 trip. There was no harm in asking him. Bipin Babu hurried down the stairs and into the living room. Chunni was about to leave, but seeing Bipin Babu appear, he turned round hopefully. Bipin Babu did not beat about the bush. "Listen to me. I want to ask you something. You have a good memory, and you have been seeing me off and on for a long time. Just throw your mind back and tell me, did I go to Ranchi in 58? Chunni said. 58? It must have been 58, or was it 59? So, you are sure that I did go to Ranchi? Chunni's look of amazement was not unmixed with worry. Do you mean you have doubts about having gone at all? Did I go? Do you remember clearly? Chunni sat down on the sofa, fixed Bipin Babu with a long, hard stare, and said, "Bipin, have you taken to drugs or something? As far as I know, you had a clean record where such things were concerned. I know that old friendship that don't mean much to you, but at last you had a good memory. You can't really mean that you have forgotten about the Ranchi trip. Bipin Babu had to turn away from Chunni's incredulous stare. Do you remember what my last job was? Asked Chunni. Of course, you worked in a travel agency. You remember that you don't remember that it was I who fixed up your railway booking for Ranchi? I went to the station to see you off. One of the fans in your compartment was not working. I got an electrician to fix it. Have you forgotten everything? Whatever is the matter with you, you don't look too well, you know? Bipin Babu sighed and shook his head. I've been working too hard, he said at last. That must be the reason. Must see about consulting a specialist. Doubtless it was Bepin's condition which made Chunilal leave without mentioning anything about a job. Paresh Chanda was a young physician with a pair of bright eyes and a sharp nose. He became thoughtful when he heard about Bipin Babu's symptoms. Look, Dr. Chanda, said Bipin Babu desperately, you must cure me of this horrible illness. I can't tell you how it's affecting my work. Dr. Chanda shook his head. You know what, Mr. Chaudhary, he said, I have never had to deal with a case such as yours. Frankly, this is quite outside my field of experience. But I have one suggestion. I don't know if it will work, but it's worth a try. It can do no harm. Bipin Babu leaned forward anxiously. As far as I can make out, said Dr. Chanda, and I think you are the same opinion. You must have been to Ranchi, but due to some unknown reason, the entire episode has slipped out of your mind. What I suggest is that you go to Ranchi once again. The sight of the place may remind you of your trip. This is not impossible. More than that, I cannot do at the moment. I am prescribing a nerve tonic and a tranquilizer. Sleep is essential or the symptoms will get more pronounced. Bipin Babu felt somewhat better the next morning. Instructions and then procured a first class ticket for Ranchi for the same evening. So here the reading of our third part is over. Now let's go back at the starting of our third part and start discussion. So Bipin Babu, he called to Dinesh Mukherjee, and now everything was confirmed with the help of Mukherjee that he went to Ranchi, but there was no sign as per Bipin Chaudhary about the Ranchi trip. He was not able to recall. So when Dinesh Mukherjee said that yes, you went to Ranchi, so he was so shocked, he was in tension that why I am not able to recall any memory. So after lunch break, Bipin Babu had the realization that he just couldn't continue sitting on his desk. He was not able to sit anymore. He was not able to focus in his work and work like nothing had happened, because he knew that there was something wrong with him. He was not okay. He was not normal. So that is why, due to that whole episode, he was not able to concentrate towards his work anymore. The same thing was going on. The same thing was simming in his mind. So this was something so unusual with him, so that he had not faced anything like it in his from the last 25 years of association with the company. So nothing happened like that ever with him. He was known for his hard work and for his diligence, for his wisdom. Unlike always, he was unable to think clearly. But today he was in a dilemma, he was in a fix. What to do? What was wrong with him? Where was the mistake? So he was really in a tension, he was not able to concentrate. So as he reached home by 2:30 in the afternoon, Bipin Babu lay down in his bed because he was feeling sick, and he was not able to even eat anything. So that is why he was now feeling exhausted, and he was feeling like very tired also. So he made an attempt to become calm, to be able to think clearly, but all in vain. He was well aware about the possibility of losing one's memory because of an injury in the head, but he had never heard a case where one does not remember just one particular incident. So why it was all happened going on with him, that everything was okay in his mind. He was totally seeming okay, nothing was bad, no incident happened with him, no accident happened with him, but only and only one memory of 58 related to the Ranchi trip was, he was not able to explore that memory in his mind, and rest of the things were totally okay. So it was more difficult for him to believe it, because the incident he had forgotten was quite recent and actually significant, because it was verified by so many people. And as it had been mentioned earlier, he had always wanted to go to Ranchi and to do stuff, so to go and to look at the places, to do sightseeing, but he was not able to do so due to one reason or the other. So it makes it all the more difficult for him to believe that he could forget about something he had wanted to do for a long time. So here he was in a more and more tension, just because he was really longing for Ranchi. He was dreaming about the Ranchi, that one day I would go to Ranchi and I will do the sightseeing there, I will go here. And he had made so many plan about the Ranchi, and the man just out of the blue, that Parimal Ghosh appeared and he said, "You went to Ranchi." So how it was possible that he just forgot about that incident, that moment, for which he was just always and always dreaming about? How is it was possible that the thing you really direly wanted from heart, and you just did, and you forgot about that incident? It was really hard to believe. So what was the next scene? It was about 7:30 in the evening, and when Bapin Babu's house help came to announce that Chunni Babu had come to see him. So Bapin Babu was worried. He was not able to think clearly, and his head was wheeling, and he was just lying lethargically, indolently on the bed, when his house helper, servant, he came and he told him that Chunni Lal has come to meet him, and something important was there. But Bapin Babu, he was well aware what was the important thing, why he had come to meet him. They both went to school together, and Chunni Lal was an old friend of him. And Chunni Lal had been going through a rough time. He was in the need of a job, so he had come to asked for help related to a job. But Bapin Babu had already told him that it was difficult for him to help Chunni Lal or to find out any job for him, like a bad penny. So, what is the meaning of bad penny here? Appearing at a place where one is not welcome. So, already Bapin Chaudhary denied about, he already gave his refusal about that he was not able to search any job for Chunni Lal, but Chunni Lal was again and again appearing himself at Bapin Babu's place. So that is why Bapin Babu said that I am not able to see him, I am not in the condition. So Chunni Lal just came by his house. He has been compared to a bad penny to indicate that he was not very welcomed by the Bapin Babu. So in the light of current situation, when Bapin Babu was already thinking hard, he sent a message for Chunni Lal that it would not be possible to meet him now, or for a few weeks. I am not able to see you. So for that matter. So as the servant left the room to convey the same message to Chunni Lal, Bapin Babu was hit with an idea. One idea came into his just mind. It dropped into his mind. He thought there was no harm in asking Chunni about the Ranchi trip of 58, because Chunni Lal was an old acquaintance. He knew him from years. So he must be aware about the Ranchi trip. So that idea came into his mind. So Bapin Babu rushed. He just moved towards the living room, because already he gave the message to the servant to say no to Chunni Lal. So he just ran up towards the living room through the stairs, and Chunni Lal was just about to leave the house. But on seeing Bapin Babu, he turned back in a ray of some hope. He was hoping here that now maybe Bapin Babu has any offer about any job and all. So he turned back in a ray of some hope, and instead of going round and round means instead of talking about the one thing or the other, straightforwardly without beating any bush. Beating any bush means, what is the meaning of without beating any bush? Means about the things that really are not related with the main point. So he came straight forward, he just came straight to the point, and he directly asked about the Ranchi trip from Chunni Lal. He said Bapin Babu told him that Chunni must remember, because he had a good memory and had been seeing Bapin Babu every now and then. So Chunni was not sure it was 58 or 59, but he was sure about the trip. Bapin Babu reconfirmed with Chunni Lal if he is sure that Bapin went to Ranchi at all. This left Chunni Lal shocked and worried, because it was really unusual. Because the main thing, it was related to Bapin Chaudhary. Bapin Chaudhary had a very good memory, and here now Bapin was asking about the Ranchi trip, and he was asking about the really he went to Ranchi at the year of 58 or 59. So Chunni Lal was shocked. He asked Bapin Babu if he was having any doubts about having taken the trip to Ranchi at all. Bapin Babu asked him again if Chunni remembers about his trip to Ranchi clearly. And on hearing this, Chunni Lal sat on the sofa and stared at Bapin Babu for a long time. He asked Bapin Babu if he had resorted the two drugs or something like that sort of thing. Chunni Lal mentioned how Bapin Babu had a very, very good memory, an extraordinary memory, and had a clear record of the events of his life in his mind. So everything was like a computer data was saved in Bapin Babu's mind, that in which year, where he went, what kind of activities he had performed. So why about a very main trip he was not able to recall. So Chunni Lal was shocked. He further adds that he is well aware of how disconnected Bapin Babu is when it comes to old friendship, but he couldn't believe that he had forgotten about such a significant event like his trip to Ranchi. So by taking the help of that question, by taking the help of that Ranchi incident, Chunni also comment on his and Bapin's friendship, that maybe he also commented that you may forget about our old friendship, our childhood friendship, but you cannot forget about your memory, about your memory. There is no question regarding your memory and all. How you can forget about that Ranchi trip? It seems really next to impossible. So Chunni Lal was staring at Bapin Babu since so long that Bapin Babu had to look away. Chunni continues to ask Bapin Babu if he remembers what Chunni's previous job was. So Bapin Babu remembered here, and he told him that it was in a travel agency. Chunni also pointed out that he remembers what his last job was, but how could he forget that it was Chunni only who booked his railway tickets to Ranchi? He further adds that he even went to the station to see him off, and even he remembered minute details like one of the fans in the Bapin Babu's compartment did not work properly, and it was Chunni who got an electrician to fix it. So Chunni could not believe how Bapin Babu had forgotten about everything. He points out that Bapin Babu does not look in the best of his health. Something was wrong with him, and he was not in a good shape too. So emitting a sigh, Bapin Babu shook his head in the agreement. He also gave his confession that he was not feeling well too. So students, at last Bapin Babu accepted that he had been working too much, and that he could be taking its toll on his memory. So he was really working hard every day, day by day, and he was not taking any rest of a single day. So they agreed that he needed to see a specialist for his condition. So Chunni Lal left without even mentioning about the job and the reason for which was Bapin Babu's condition, undoubtedly, and he he did not mention anything. So Bapin Babu finally visited a physician because he was thinking, he was seeking any help, and he went to a physician named Paresh Chanda. Paresh Chanda was name of a physician. He was a young doctor. He had a bright eyes and a very sharp nose. He got into thinking upon hearing Bipin Babu's whole symptoms, his whole incident about everything what happened with Bipin Babu. He heard everything by heart, and then he told him that Bipin Babu told everything, that how badly and how desperately he wanted to get rid of that illness. He termed his situation horrible. He said it's really horrible for me. So he further added that the ways it might be affecting his work had started bothering him. He was not able to focus on his work. So Dr. Chanda, he shook his head. He said, okay, I'm going to help you. So he heard everything Bipin Babu, he described by Bipin Babu, and began to reveal that how a case like Bipin Babu's is something he had never come across in his career. He said, I had never heard anything like that ever before. So he stays honest, and he told everything to Bipin Babu that this was also outside his area of expertise. But he tells him that he has a suggestion. He had a suggestion to offer that might work. He told him that he called it worth a try. He said that I'll try my best. I'll try to help you at my best, and added that there were no negative consequences of doing it too. So he said, I have never heard such type of incident ever in my life, but still I would like to help you. I'll try my best. So Bipin Babu was anxious, he was worried as he leaned towards the doctor in order to understand what he was prescribing clearly. So the doctor continues to explain to Bipin Babu that he thinks that Bipin Babu must have been to Ranchi, but due to some unidentified reasons, the entire episode has slipped out of his mind. It was washed from his mind. Don't know what happened, but the memory was not there. So the doctor thought that Bipin Babu was thinking too much, and the doctor suggested him to visit Ranchi once again in light of the possibility that the visuals of the place might bring back his memory of the trip. So that idea maybe might work. He further added that the possibility of it was not negligible, and that this was the most he could do at that moment. So he gave his idea that he advised Bipin Babu to go and once again to go to Ranchi and explore the whole Ranchi again. So maybe the visuals of that place might bring his memory back. So he further added the possibility of that it could work. So he further prescribes him a nerve tonic also and a medicine to reduce his stress and anxiety that would help him sleep better. So inadequate sleep would only worsen the symptom. That is why he mentioned that also. As Bipin Babu woke up the next morning, he felt a little bit better. After having breakfast, he called his office to give some instruction and then arranged a first class ticket to Ranchi for the same evening. So here our third part of the story is finished, and the final incident we will discuss in our next session. And in our next session we will find out finally that what was wrong with Bipin Babu. Really he was suffering from any illness, something wrong with him, or his friends were just befooling him, just trying to making fun of him, or just trying to tricking him. So we'll find out everything next time. Till then, students, take care of yourself. Thank you.